All right, good morning, guys. Johnny with Blades of Grass Lawn Care. I just looked at my GoPro, and apparently I didn't have it turned on. Man, I saw that good footage, but no big deal. I haven't started yet. Here's my setup, your rims, and I'll make a video, guys. Okay, I'll make a video of what I have on my setup. So this is a property that I haven't been to in the past month. So I just retrieved all the debris from over there and put it over here for the city to pick up. So now I'm going to do all the edging. And this is what happens when you make YouTube video, guys. Sometimes you think the equipment is on, the GoPro, but it's not. So as you guys can see, the soil is extremely wet and soggy, and that's just because it's winter. And I'm sure you guys know that during the winter time it takes a little bit longer for your soil to dry up. And the bad thing is it rained last night. Not a hard rain, but enough to make things wet. And like I stated before, I haven't been here in a month. And that's only because certain customers, we come out here once a month just to kind of, tidy things up. And this is their monthly visit. But come March 1st, either the 1st or the 15th, that's when we're going to begin our scheduled services. And it'll make it a lot easier for us as far as the initial cleanup or the initial visit, because again, we have been coming monthly, and that's something that we do. Now for those who customers that decided that they didn't want the monthly visit, then what we do is we will charge them a cleanup fee. Okay, and the way we price a cleanup fee is by the hours. Okay, and so it's even if it takes less than an hour, it is 1 hour fee for the cleanup, if it makes sense. So for this situation, I will string trim first, and then mow. So always ensure that you lock your equipment, okay? Because again, they're out there, guys. The crooks are out there. So now that I hit the sidewalk with the blade edger, right, and I made that crisp little cut, now I'm going to use the string trimmer and kind of clean it up, because again, the mud is kind of overlapping, and it is straight mud, guys. It's not dirt, so that's why it's taking me a little bit longer, and it is a little bit harder because I'm a perfectionist, man. I try. In this I will spray, and you'll see at the end. I'll show you guys how I spray the cracks and all of that. and that's inclusive in our service, guys. Again, you have to charge for your service, including everything that you offer. Okay, like for instance, on this property, I am charging for the cracks. I am charging for the plant bed cleanup. It is our job to maintain the plant bed. So once I start string trimming the plant bed, I'm visualizing how many bags of mulch I need, and we will come back and send her a quote, because again the homeowner does some of the work. So again, my goal is to minimize what they have to do by taking a picture of what needs to be done, and then I can quickly send it to her, or text it, email it, whatever the case might be, and with a price, and they go yay or nay. Okay, and then we'll do the work and build a credit card. Okay, and for you guys that don't know, credit card on file is the way that we take on all our new customers. Yes, we still have customers that we send invoice to, but the invoice is electronic. We don't send anything via mail. We don't take checks. Everything is through, make it as easy as possible, where you can click the button, takes you to a secure server, and you pay for your service. And you have to think about it, guys. You have to make things easy for your customers. Now, I have different methods of payment, but my main method is PayPal. And yes, I have the other, Venmo and all that other stuff. And again, that's for emergencies, but I really have my customers pay, the ones that are kind of grandfather in, and I send the invoice to, they usually just pay through PayPal. But I have the other forms of payment just in case I pick up somebody that they're still in the process of trying to figure things out, whatever the case might be. But I do not take checks. Okay, I don't take checks. All right. So this over here is a drain in the back of the property, and we keep it nice and clean so everything can kind of drain. So this is POA, and you guys know how tough POA is. So I'm gonna just try to clean this up as much as I can. We do not fertilize this property. The owner does fertilize the property themselves. But right now this is a monthly, and then once the mowing season begins, it's going to be a bi-weekly until May. So at the beginning of May, then it becomes a weekly all the way through, I want to say, either August or September. Then it becomes a bi-weekly again. Now for you guys that are new to the channel, we only take bi-weeklies customers if they do not fertilize their lawns. Okay, if a customer fertilizes their lawn, then we have a conversation, because it makes no sense for you to apply all that fertilizer, and next thing you know, I show up in 14 days and I have too much work to do. Okay, it's not fair, because again, time is money in what we do, correct? Time is money. So make sure that you have a good rapport with your customers, and you talk to them and you let them know. And guys, remember, and I know I've been doing this for a while, so my mentality is a little bit different to some of you guys are probably brand spanking new watching my videos, but it is your business. Okay, and you have to have a business mind, guys. You can't just go out there and have people dictate on what you're going to do. It is your business. Sometimes you got to put on your big boy, big girl pants and say, listen, this is the way that I'm going to run my business, and this is the way I'm going to do it. And just suck it up and drive on. I remember at one point when I first started, I used to, sit down and wait for my phone to ring with customers, and then, I'm all over the place. Sometimes have 13, 14, more than that customers per day because they just call me, But no, now we only take on scheduled services. That is it. Okay? During the springtime, I may take on a one-time service for cleanup, but all my customers are scheduled services. Okay? That's the way you do it. Scheduled services, you have a schedule, and you go out there and do what you're supposed to be doing. And you can schedule it accordingly. And you schedule a time when you do your work. This way you don't have to rush and do crappy work, right? Just imagine, you pay a plumber and they show up to your house and he's in a rush. He or she is in a rush trying to get stuff done real quick, and you're watching, you're like, what the heck is going on? Sorry that I'm moving so fast, but I have other customers I gotta take care of. You don't care about no other customer. You care about your work. You're paying for a certain task. You want your task done to standards. So this year, guys, try to schedule your work and don't overschedule, because, guys, burnout is real. Okay, right now you are excited. The season is about to begin. Right now, in your mind, you can do 30 properties, 40, 50 properties by yourself a day. Right now, your mind is just going through all kinds of things, right? Because you're excited. But the reality is, once that heat start hitting, and you do this, continuously for a week or so, the reality is going to set in. And then you're going to be like, oh my goodness. So at this point, guys, you should be thinking about how many properties are you going to do each day? If you're a solo guy or if you have crews, how many properties are you going to do per day? That's what you need to be thinking about. Excuse me. So, guys, I love coming out here and doing this, and you can tell, guys, you have to enjoy the process, man. I keep telling you guys all the time, you have to enjoy the process. That's the only way you're gonna enjoy this. If every day you get up and you have to rush, it becomes stressful. All right. Okay, so now we mow. So during the winter time, guys, what I do is I use a, you know, Home Depot weed killer to clean out my beds, because during the wintertime you're not getting that grass growing anyway. So it's mainly broadleaf weeds, and those type of, it's they're weeds. So what I found is that I mix some weed killer and not weed and grass, okay, selective weed killer, and again the cheap one, and if I get some on the shrub or whatever the case might be, it doesn't kill the shrub and it doesn't do anything, but it does a great job in maintaining my my plant beds weed free. And then I put some snapshot in there to prolong the effect.